Selling your house in Nashville and you're hearing that homes are selling in a day, in a week, with multiple offers in a bidding war? Why the hell would you want to pay 6% to a realtor when things are selling and flying off the shelves like hotcakes? I'm going to teach you exactly how to sell your house on your own. I'm going to share with you exactly what a realtor does to help you sell your house for a huge price. After this video, you're going to know exactly what we do, how we do it, the timing, and a little bit about the cost involved with it so that you can do it yourself. I'll show you what we do to help you sell your home in a day, in a week, with multiple offers, so that by the end of this video, you can write it all down, do the same thing yourself, and save those couple $1,000s. So if you want to sell your home, stick with me. Hey, I'm Susan Thetford with Parks and Nashville Redefined, and on this show we help people relocate to Nashville, buy and sell homes. So whether you're moving here from somewhere else or been here all your life, the real estate market is kind of crazy all over the country. If that's the kind of information that you want to know about, then go ahead and smash the bell so you're notified every time we do a new show, and go ahead and subscribe. That way, YouTube knows that this is information that's of value to you. Truly, if you have any questions, we get calls and texts every single day from people looking to relocate, buy, or sell homes here in Nashville. So if you got any questions, go ahead and reach out to me. Do what they do. However it takes, let's get that information to you. So today I'm going to help you know every single thing that we as realtors do to get your home sold for top dollar in the fastest time possible with the least amount of effort on your part. So actually, I've written a list, and I rarely do that for these kind of videos, but I've written a strong list because I don't want to forget anything. And this isn't excessive, it's just the basics. So if you have more questions, as I say, go ahead and reach out to me. First and foremost, you have to know that when 99.9% of all sales occur with a buyer's agent, you have to offer a buyer's agent to someone who brings their buyer to you to purchase your home. Now, in every state, it's different. In Tennessee, what we customarily offer a selling agent is 3% commission. So if you're trying to sell your home and you don't offer selling agents commissions and they're working with the buyers, people rarely ever come to town and try to buy something on their own. And if they do, that's really, really crazy because they don't know the nuances of our state and what we do in real estate. So buyers have realtors. They know that realtors work on their behalf. If you don't offer what is a customary commission to buyer's agents, which is 3%, then you are seriously cutting your market to purchase your home by a huge margin. So first and foremost, no matter what, offer a 3% commission to all buyer's agents. That way they want to get in touch with you. That way they want to show your home. That way they want to make money and you get to sell your house. Number two, you better go out and buy yourself a burner phone or whatever they call those phones. Here's what's gonna happen. As soon as you put your phone number and your home picture that it's for sale on Zillow or anywhere you put it, you're gonna get tens of hundreds of phone calls from realtors and from prospects and some weirdos, but you're gonna get so many phone calls. And who knows which one you miss because you've got so many and you also have a life where you work and you take care of your kids and all the things you do. Those missed phone calls could be missed hundreds of thousands of dollars for you and missing out on a sale. So you've got to answer every single one of those phone calls. But here's the thing. Say your house doesn't sell and over weeks and months, we all have that information. We realtors have that information. You're gonna start getting phone calls saying, hey, I know you tried to sell your house fine, but it didn't sell. What do you think was the problem? You're gonna get phone calls forever to your normal primary phone. So get a burner phone for this time period. Get a phone number, and that's the number that you're gonna publicize on Zillow, on the signs, all places. That's the number you're gonna publicize and answer every single one of them. So with that said, and as I said, you will be getting about 30 to 40 phone calls a day in today's market. As you know, there is very little inventory. There's so little to sell that we as realtors are scourging the market on a hourly basis when we're really working with a serious buyer. So you're going to have 30 to 40 phone calls that you must answer in a timely manner. Who knows if that person's sitting outside of your house this minute and has that buyer who is really aching to see it. So you've got to answer those telephone calls. You may be at work, you may be with your kid's soccer game. This is now your business of to sell your home because it's probably the most valuable thing you own. If you want to sell it, this is your current business. You gotta answer those phone calls. And on those phone calls, you're going to be scheduling some appointments. Once you get the information to them and they want to see it, now you got to schedule those appointments. How are we going to do that? My suggestion would be, you might even want to show it as vacant so that you pack up, go to a hotel. Once you got the house ready for sale, you pack up, you go to a hotel, you'll be gone for a couple days. Schedule it as vacant. Otherwise, you're going to have to leave consistently, maybe 30, 45 times a day. I just had an open house last weekend with a new listing, and by the time our Sunday open house came around, we started showing it Saturday and Sunday, we had already had over 47 showings. So unless you want to leave your house 47-ish or more times, you better go ahead and plan to go to a hotel. Take your pets to a kennel. Don't leave dogs or cats in the house for any showings. You never know who's allergic to them or just has a bad reaction. Never ever have a pet in your home, if at all possible. You plan to go to a hotel. Show this house as vacant, but that brings us to the next issue. So we as realtors have what's called the MLS lock. What that does is when I go in as a realtor and I show that property, you know that if something's missing right afterwards, you know exactly who was in the property, who showed it, their phone number, and how to get back in touch with them and follow up. If you have one of those roller kind of locks on your house, then you don't know who was the last person in when your computer went missing. So what we as realtors have is this MLS lock. It's all digitized and far above my brain level to explain it, but it notifies. We know exactly who was in, what time they were in, what time they left, what time that lock was open, what time it was closed. So we as realtors are showing your home, but if something goes missing and you don't have one of those type of locks on your home, then you don't know which 25 or 30 people accidentally picked up, or their customer picked up your medicine. Who knows? Just that brings me to another side note. All medicines, all pick-upable things that could go in a pocket, just get it out of sight. Don't put it at anybody's sight for anyone. Put it away. Lock it up. It's for you for later. It's not for show. It's not to go with the house. Put it away. Okay, back to some nitty-gritty stuff. Next, you're gonna need to make a sign, have a sign made. Go to one of the sign companies, have a sign made, get it at least 3 to 4 feet tall like we have as realtors. When somebody's driving by, you want them to be able to see your property without having to stop and pull over on the side of the road and write things down or shoot a picture, as I often have to do. Go ahead and get a tall sign, get well printed, spend 30, 50 bucks, whatever it takes. Get a good printing, get a good picture of the house, get a good your name so that it's very legible, and a very legible phone number, which is that burner phone. But make sure it's legible. I've seen so many that people write on posters and then it rains and the poster board just save yourself thousands of dollars by spending several, I don't know, 30, 50, 60, I don't know how much it is because I buy my own signs, but don't be penny wise and pound foolish. Make sure all of your marketing materials are very legible and look pristine and professional. Along with that sign, go ahead and get one of the flyer boxes and keep it full. Look every single day. When you go get your mail, look to make sure that the flyers are there. Sometimes people take a whole lot of flyers and you think there's some in there and there's not. That immediately it just looks shoddy. So be sure that there are always flyers in there. Those flyers should have lots of good professional pictures, and we'll talk about that too in a sec. But get professional pictures, put the price in there, put room sizes, put the things that you loved about that house the best. Look at some other realtors who do a good job with their flyers and know what you should put in there. Again, have your phone number very legible, very easy. If you have certain times that you can show the house, go ahead and put that on there too. But I'll tell you, if your house isn't ready and available to see pretty much at the drop of a hat 24/7, then that first week on the market is going to be really hard to sell if you don't make it available to sell. So clear your calendar. You got a new job to do. Next is quite possibly the most important thing of all, which is you need to have very professional pictures taken with the wide angle photograph. Look, when you walk around with your cell phone and take pictures, it's dark, you don't have the professional lighting, you haven't got the professional eye in most cases to make that room look primo. Not wrong, not lying about what it looks like, but to its very, very best. So you need to spend $350 to $700 for professional pictures, depending on the house and the size of the house and what all there is to see. But those professional pictures we pay for. I'm not about to put a house on the market without professional pictures and drone photography. Show the community if that's a major selling point. Show the landscape. Do all the things it takes. Come back and have the night pictures taken with the night lighting. Everything you can do to show the best attributes of a house. And professional pictures is insanity not to put the house on the market with those. That's the first thing people see. And I can't tell you how many times I've looked at pictures, or one of my clients have looked at pictures and said, the colors are horrible. It looked dark. It looked dingy. There's no way. No, I don't even want to see that house. Could have been the perfect house. But those cell phone pictures that made a room look long and tunnely is just never going to sell your house well. So professional pictures. You got to also remember this. The camera sees everything. Now, these are the things that you do if you're going to have a realtor list your house, which is the massive cleaning, the massive decluttering, the windows clean, the landscape fluff. I'm not even telling you those things. That's something you got to do as a given. This is what we as realtors do. So order that professional photography. Order a videographer if it works. Go ahead and spend about $500-600 to have that videographer. Also, go ahead and spend the money to get a drawing made of the house, so that people can see the room sizes and how rooms flow into one another. And if it doesn't happen to work well, but they can see how they can open up a room, or if they have a savvy realtor who says, look, it'd be very simple to open up this kitchen family room, take out this wall, it's not load bearing, and have somebody visualize what the house can be, such that your house could be a good home for them. All these things help make it easier to see online, so that people decide to come see it in person, so that you make the money. So spend the $500 or $600 for photographers, spend a couple hundred extra for the drone photography, spend to have a draftsman do the drawings of the house if your photographer can't do that within their service. That's money really well spent. It's money what a realtor does, and you're now your own pro. And before you spend that money for that professional photographer, call a stager, call a consultant to come in and have a fresh eye to look at your home. You and I both see our homes very differently, and we live in our homes differently than you sell your home. So as a realtor, I can walk into a room and say, okay, we might need to refresh this furniture. We might need to turn things a little bit so the flow is much better. I can see the things that need to be decluttered. I can see the things that need to maybe have paint touch-ups. I can see the furniture that needs to be taken out to show that room to its best ability for the purposes of selling the home. You've got to keep in mind, you're not in your home to live in it anymore. The business is to sell the house. So if you don't have the benefit of someone who has that eye, who's been doing it forever, you need to go ahead and pay a professional stager to come in. They may just help you, tell you what things to declutter and to edit. I do this all the time, actually, especially when frankly, I don't want to hurt people's feelings. And to bring in a professional consultant is very, very helpful, always. But to help edit, declutter, maybe then call a stager and have them bring some pieces that you might need to fluff. Maybe you need to take away all the personalized pictures and paintings, or very, very, very suggestive lately I've seen, and put up some paintings that really highlight the size of the room rather than 30 or 40 pictures hanging on the wall. There's so much that a professional can see, because look, you're marketing. You are completely marketing this home to the masses, and we know what the masses are looking for. If you need furniture, if you need a lot more than just fluff, it may cost you $1,000 to $3,000. It's a contract to bring the things in, to take the things out, to inventory it, and to rental. Or you might just need to pay a consultant to help you do fluff, and it's an hourly thing, maybe $250 to $400 an hour to help edit. Those are things that your realtor will do. Those are things you can do now. Those are the things you can do yourself, but while you're saving the commission. So you bought the phone, you got the signs, you got the MLS lock, digital lock. You've got the, you've done all the cleaning and the fluffing. You got the stagers, you got the professional photographer, you got the professional videoing, all that kind of thing. Now you're ready to, and you put it up on Zillow. Now you're ready to hold your open house. You've got all those things. Now you're ready to start showing the house. Maybe you do what we often do now in this market, is do it as a coming soon. But your first showing will be Sunday's open house 2 to 4. This is when it gets really, really tricky, because buyers walking into your home, first of all, don't want to hurt your feelings. So they don't really want to see you. As nice as you are and as wonderful as you are, they don't want to see you. They're going to be negotiating for the home that you either love passionately or love passionately and want to make a lot of money off of. They don't want to hurt your feelings, and they don't want to get too personal with this. So you being there is really tricky. I'd suggest you have either a very good friend to just kind of hold it open, to welcome people in, to write down their names, who they are, all that kind of thing, and be sure to get the information of who came into the house and how to get back in contact with them, because you need to then call those people back, everyone who walked into the door, to get feedback. We as realtors do this. We need to have it, and we send it to our realtors and asking for feedback. What did you think about the price? Is there anything that we can do to make the home better? Is your buyer interested in it? Getting some real feedback that we feed back to you, so that we can fine tune whatever we need to fine tune, make the house perfect, right? So if you are working as your own realtor, you need to make those phone calls yourself. You need to call the realtors who saw it. You need to call the individuals who saw it and ask them, hey, is there anything you can see that I should do? What did you think about the price? What kind of condition did you see it in? Are you interested in the house? Is there anything I can do for you? That feedback is massively important. And now it's up to you to get that feedback. So whether you're at work or at the kids' soccer game, take that list with you of everybody who's seen the house and their contact information. After every showing, give it a couple hours, because nobody can answer the phone that quickly. Give it a couple hours and call them back. So that feedback and acting on that feedback is super important. Let's talk about if your house is vacant. Maybe you've already moved. Maybe you're out of town, or maybe it was rental property and now you want to sell it. You cannot show a vacant house. It can't be vacant. I don't care how big the room is. If it's 20 by 30, it looks tiny, and nobody knows what to do with it, or how to furnish it, or what the, how to stage that house, how they would use it. They cannot visualize that unless, well, they just can't visualize it. And here's the thing, it's so weird, but it's true. Ask anybody. A vacant room looks smaller than when you put furniture in the room and those walls seem to just separate and go on out. So if your home is vacant, you absolutely need to stage it. If it's hot, be sure that air conditioning is on. You want people to stay in the house. If it's cold outside, keep that heat on. If somebody's cold and they're leaving their house to go sit in their car to get back into the heat, they've forgotten your car. There was no warm and fuzzies in that house. So make sure that it feels like a home that people are living in by staging it and keeping it heated and cooled the way you want to live in it. Look, if you have obvious repair problems with your house, then people begin to think, well, what have they done with the heating and air? Have they maintained that? What's the roof like? The smallest imperfection of not taking care of something that's visual really brings to mind questions about the things you can't see. So pay real strict attention to every single bit of feedback that you get and see what you can do to make that next showing better. For goodness sake, nobody wants to walk into a bathroom that feels like somebody else has been there in the last several hours. So be sure to have clean, fresh towels rolled up, looking perfect like a hotel. If you gotta take a shower in the morning, put all that wet or anything wet or it looks like there's been someone there, put it in a laundry hamper, put it in your car, take it with you. Use it when you need to use it, take it with you when you are not there. You need this room to feel like a hotel and a spa, and it's just a place to come in and relax. Yeah, this is something that we as realtors would tell you about. I'm telling you now, don't miss out on giving the warm and fuzzies. So this is the thing you gotta know, and this hurts, but you can fix it. Statistically, for sale by owners, FSBOs is what we call them, sell for about 17% less than the market. So many reasons for this: bad pictures, bad photography, bad, just not great marketing, not available, not hearing feedback, not asking for feedback, not listening to feedback, overpricing, underpricing, all the things that we as realtors should be able to help take care of, you've got to not do. One of the big things is you don't have somebody to negotiate for you. I'm going to bring in a buyer to your home and I'm going to negotiate on the behalf of my buyer. I'm working for that buyer. So I can, maybe this sounds mean, I can kind of beat you up on your pricing with showing you if you're overpriced, especially showing you statistically why your house isn't right. Where the house down the street sold for $10,000 less and it had a new roof and a new kitchen. I can show you the things that you may not know from not being able to study the market the way we have been. So again, I would suggest you get a realtor friend to really do a great market analysis for you, showing you comps so that you are armed with all this, so that when someone tries to come negotiate with you, you can say, well, yeah, but this house at 123 Main Street and that one down the street is now pending and it's closed yesterday and here's the price that it closed for. My house is more similar to it. Show them pictures of your house similar to that one. You just need somebody to be able to negotiate for you against the buyer's agent who is negotiating for them to get the price down for that buyer. So normally you would have two agents working on each party's behalf. You now will be working on your own behalf. So studying the market, knowing how many buyers are out there looking for homes, your price point in your area with maybe you're in a great school district that people really want to be in. Knowing how many buyers are actively out there searching right now that we know through our CRS system is something that you need to know. So call, text, ask your realtor friend to get that information for you if you really want to do it by owner. You're probably, as the seller, going to want to hire an attorney to help you understand title and costs of title and what you as the seller are obligated to pay, appraisals, all those kind of things. You're going to want an attorney to look over the offer that you receive from the buyer's agent on that property. Now here in Tennessee, they're probably going to write the contract on a Tennessee property contract, one of our contracts, with all the other forms that go with it. The property disclosure form they're going to ask you to fill out. A real estate attorney is who you need to help you negotiate through that sales process. If you've bought the home in the last 7 years, be sure to pull your title out from when you bought your home so that you can get those credits. Your real estate attorney will remind you of all of these things. So looking back at my list to make sure I haven't forgotten anything, understand that you're going to work hard when you sell it yourself, but this is exactly what we do. You do the things that you get the house ready for sale as if you're working with a realtor. Then be sure to get your signs, get your professional photography, get your professional stagers, the staging consultant, hiring an appraiser possibly if you're really not 100% sure of where your pricing should be. And that brings me to another thing to be sure that we discuss. We may be in a situation where there's very little inventory. We may be in a very situation here in Nashville area where we often see houses sell in the first day actively on the market with multiple offers and a bidding war. We're in that situation only with the homes that are priced right. So if you're thinking, okay, we're in that situation, I'm just going to price it wherever I want. I'm going to hope for bidding war. If you overprice it, we as realtors know that it's overpriced. One. So if it sits on the market and it doesn't sell, then we immediately think within a week or so, what's wrong with that house? If you think we're thinking that, our buyers are asking us that. What's wrong with that? I know that things sell immediately if they're great. What's wrong with that house? I don't want to waste my time on that one when the houses that might be the right one for me is going to sell in a nanosecond. I need to see those houses first. So overpricing yourself isn't going to work. Underpricing yourself also is not going to work. What if you only get one offer? You can't go up on that offer. Be priced such that if there's only one buyer on that market, you're still priced where it should sell based on recent comps, based on all the environmental things that go into it and the condition of the home. Price it right. If it's priced right, you probably will have multiple offers. You may well sell over asking price, but price too high and price too low, no bueno. So back to my list. I don't want to forget. The stager, the attorney, get your phone, get your signs, do all your cleanup, decluttering, and painting, get gorgeous, impeccable pictures up. Clear your calendar, because you're going to be on phone a lot. You got that extra phone. And you're ready. Get your house on the market. So that's an overview of what we as realtors do to get your home sold for highest and best price and the least amount of effort in the quickest time. If that's more questions that come up for you, because I'm sure they will, then please go ahead and reach out to me. Give us a call. And if you decide, forget it, I don't want to do that, then reach out to me too if you're here in the Middle Tennessee area. And until next time or next week, be blessed.